It's Shark Week. I'm Wendy Meades and I'm going to show you how to draw and paint a shark. The supplies you need for this, I'm going to be using watercolor paints and a brush and some water. And I used a Sharpie for outlining, an eraser and a pencil for drawing, and watercolor paper. But you can really watch how I'm drawing this and then color it in with marker or crayon or whatever you have. So let's get creative. I'm also going to show a cool background technique using saran wrap. So crinkling up saran wrap. Let's start with drawing the shark. I'm drawing on a whiteboard, but you can draw with a pencil. So we're going to start partway down from the top and partway over. We're going to start with the nose or the tip of our shark. And we're just going to draw a line that goes all the way to the end. And then leave room for the caudal fins here. Then we're going to come down. So come down, make it quite long. So we went in, and then we're just going to do like a triangle. And then this is the mouth. So you can make the mouth as big as you want. And I'm just doing little triangles for the teeth. So you can make that bigger if you want. Now we're going to do a curve down to over, and we want to end up about there. So you can mark that on your paper so you kind of know where you're going. So start here, and then we're going to go around to there. You can make that sort of thin part a little longer. And then these are called caudal fins, the ones at the end. And the top one, like this one, is larger than the bottom one. So we did sort of a sharp triangle up and down, and then we're going to do a smaller triangle here. Then we're going to do these little mini fins over here. And they have two on the bottom and one on the top. So they're just like little triangles. Then we're going to do the big dorsal fin that makes sharks famous because you can see it at the top of the water when they're swimming. So we're going to start, it's a little further back. It's not halfway, so a little past halfway. And we're going to do a curve up. And then you're going to sort of angle down like that. Now I'm going to divide my shark so that there's a line here. And that's kind of where this part's lighter and this part's darker. This part's usually white. And now we're going to make the pectoral fins, which are here. And so we're going to be sort of a little bit in front of this one. And we're going to curve down. We'll start at that line that we made. Curve down and up. And then the one on the other side, we're not going to really be able to see the whole thing. So we're going to start here and just do a fin like that. So you know that there's one on the other side. And then the one in the front, we're going to erase that line so we know it's in the front. Like so. Now our shark needs a little eye, and they just have a little tiny eye. And then we're going to add in some gills. So they have like 5 gills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just started at this line and I did curves. And that's how they breathe underwater. So there's our shark drawn. Now I'm going to get my watercolor paper and show you how to paint the shark. So I outlined my shark with black Sharpie, fine point, so that you can see it better. And I suggest you doing that at some point in your drawing as well, just so the shark stands out. So I've got my Crayola set of watercolors, and I'm going to make a gray color by putting black over in the palette area and then adding lots of water to it. It's the best way to get gray. If your palette has white, some watercolor sets, kid sets have white, so you could add a little bit of white to that as well. But I'm just going to keep going with adding water until it becomes a gray color. So I'm going to take my watercolors and I'm going to test it out. That's a pretty light gray. I'm going to add a little bit more black to it so it's not there. That's better. And I'm going to do the top part of my shark is all going to be sort of dark gray. All the way. This whole top part's going to be gray. And you can make it look more 3D by adding sort of a little bit darker on the edges. So you could do it like that, the top there, and then blend that down a little bit. They do have a lighter part like under here, so we'll keep that sort of lighter. Then they're caudal fins. It was fun to kind of research what the names of all the fins are. This is the second dorsal fin, and this is the dorsal fin. Like so. I'm going to add a little bit dark on the side there. Make it look more 3D. Smooth that across. So I kind of like how it goes from dark to light. For these fins, I'm going to do, this one is gray, but the other side of their fin is white. So this part would be white because that's the inside of the fin that we're seeing. So we're just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to do these fins here. I'm doing them darker so they stand out. So I'm going to let my shark dry now, and then we're going to do a cool effect for the background. So my shark is all dry now, and I'm going to do my background. So I'm going to use I cleaned my palette, and I'm going to dip my brush in water, and I'm going to get a nice bright blue color. And I'm going to show you a cool technique to use with saran wrap. So I'm going to use this cling wrap to make some texture with my background, but you don't have to do this. I'm just going to trace around the shark first with nice bright blue. I find that the easiest to do is to trace around what I'm painting and then keep going in that direction with my brush. I'm going to do nice bright blue colors because with this technique I'm going to show you, you really need nice bright bold colors. And don't forget to paint inside here. Try not to get the teeth. Could use a thinner brush for that if you want. And so I'm just going to fill in my whole background. I'm going to add a few streaks of purple too, just to make it look more interesting. And make sure the colors are nice and bright. So now, while it's still wet, I'm going to take my cling wrap and scrunch it up. If you don't have cling wrap in your house, you can use you might be able to use wrappers from mail that comes in, something like that. I'm going to get a little bit more, scrunch it up. And I do reuse this, I wash it and I reuse it. Some of them I will reuse this, so I'm not wasting And then you can already see some of the cool textures I'm gonna get. So I'm gonna let that dry, totally dry like that. And then I'm going to lift it up and you'll be amazed at the cool textures. Okay, ready for the big reveal? I'm gonna lift this up. I didn't let it totally dry. It's still sort of wet. Look at that cool texture. Isn't that fun? I hope you enjoyed creating this shark. I can't wait to see your creations. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.